Let us start this gathering with the prayer. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom, O hidden light, shining in every creature, O hidden love, embracing all in oneness, may each who feels himself as one with thee know he is therefore one with every other. Thank you. As all of you are aware that we are fortunate today to have with us Professor Shinde from Adyar Library and Research Center, who will be giving a talk on the subject energy centers in human body. That is about the chakras, a basic understanding and the functioning of them. But before we start listening his talk, most of us here know him very well. But for those who are new and those who does not know him personally or otherwise, I would like to share a brief introduction about him. That he is a retired professor of zoology who has worked for about 37 years in Sangli and Pune. And in the same subject, zoology, he has authored about 10 textbooks for undergraduate students, and he has been a life member of Theosophical Society and rendering his service to the Theosophical Society since 1975. And during this period, he has conducted various seminars, School of Wisdom, Workers Training Camp, study classes at various places throughout India as a national lecturer of Indian section, and also as international speaker. He visited Sri Lanka and Crotona School of Theosophy. His many articles are published in the Theosophist, the international magazine of TS, Wake Up India, Theosophical Digest, the Indian Theosophist, and many other Federation journals. He has given many short talks and participated in international symposiums during convention at Adyar. And he has also compiled the Watchtower articles of Mrs. Radha S. Bernier, the former president of the TS, which is published as a book titled The World Around Us. Presently, he is the resident of Adyar for many years and taking care of library, the Adyar Library and Research Center, and secretary of Olcott Memorial High School, and also participating in various activities at Adyar. He is also a General Council member and EC member of the Theosophical Society. So without any further ado, I request Professor C.A. Shinde to share his thoughts and his valuable knowledge with us on this very, very important and practical subject. Professor C.A. Shinde.
This one we have to here somewhere. Okay. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Happy New Year 2021 from this spiritual center, Adyar, to all of you. In fact, I am grateful to Prayag CS Studio for inviting me to participate in this video meeting and giving me this an opportunity to explore about energy centers or chakras in human body, and together to share my understanding about these energy centers. I thank Brother Shikhar Agnihotri and Sister Catalina for their technical assistance and giving my introduction in a beautiful words. Thank you, Shikhar. Brothers and sisters, I honestly don't know why I selected this topic on which I have no authority, but out of curiosity to know more about the hidden power in man, probably I might have selected. It's true, we waste our energy in unnecessary thinking, worries, sorrows, anxieties. So it is essential, rather, it is the high time to conserve energy that we draw from sun above and earth beneath. For this, I have referred so many books. Yeah, so many books here, references. Chakras by C.W. Ledbetter, Etheric Double by A.E. Powell, Bridge to Higher Consciousness by Hiroshi Motoyama, and one more, Sacred Contracts, Awakening Our Divine Potentialities by Caroline Miss, who is a renowned healer. And also I have referred Kundalini Yoga by Swami Shivananda, who is the authentic, who gave guidance to many sadhakas in the Divine Life Society. And you know, Maharashtrian famous saint Jnaneshwar, who is the yogi said by H.P. Blavatsky, and whatever Jnaneshwari he explains about this hidden power, that also I have referred. So with this reference, still I don't know really how I thought to speak on these energy center, but someday I had got gut feeling when I was thinking about immune system of our body, that in this COVID-19 pandemic, we were forced to be in home and safe, because outside there are number of foreign protein particles floating in the air as the air pollution, like spikes of corona, which may naturally enter through our breathing into our body, and our body has to fight with them through our immune system of our body producing proper antibodies. So immune system has to be powerful. So to have powerful glowing etheric double, which is actually the place where all these energy centers or chakras are situated. Brothers and sisters, as we are aware of vital body, prana sharira, which is called etheric double, which is the home of these energy centers or chakras, that we are going to explore their significance and purpose in our evolution, arousing Kundalini, a serpent fire energy. These energy centers are not imaginary one or any kind of blind belief, but it is now a scientific fact, as there are energies, all these energies are measured by a chakra instrument called AMI. Their glowing nature are seen, etheric double aura is seen, Even it is photographed by the Carolyn photography. That is what theosophy we are reading. So this AMI instrument or apparatus of chakra, it is measuring the functional conditions or functional status of our internal organs and maintaining the neurochemical balance, perfecting our immune system. So all these 7 or 10 chakras are associated with different internal organs and endocrine glands, and also connected to our nervous system through nerve plexuses. So this chakra instrument, what we call AMI, is kept installed in the light-proof room. Even the floor of the room is also completely covered with aluminum sheeting so that the electric potentials of the room is kept uniform, and practically that electropotentials are zero. Then a round disc, of course it is a copper electrodes of diameter 10 centimeter, and photoelectric cell, they are held in front just 12 to 20 centimeter in front of the person's location of the chakra, who is seated still in a chair, seated unmoved still in a chair. And the results are then monitored for the detection of signal and signals that are generated. Signals are also amplified and analyzed by the signal processor or a power of spectrum analyzer. Other similar equipment are located outside the room and simultaneously recorded on a multi-channel strip chart, just like we can find there graphs like ECG. Also, we see the respiratory functioning, etc. So what C.W. Ledbetter states, that is very important to contemplate. Not this one. See, before that, I would like to tell, when the centers are awakened, the astral centers act as sense organs. But we have to remember, those sense organs, they differ from the physical sense organs because they work from the astral dimension. The physical consciousness remains that time ignorant, and information can be conveyed from the astral to the physical through etheric centers. This is what C.W. Ledbetter has told us. So when they are activated, our astral body is activated, and our etheric double and physical body, it remains ignorant of all this. So etheric center need to be fully awakened, and it is therefore in different yoga system, what they have emphasized, I'll let you know. Raja Yoga emphasizes on meditation and concentration on chakras. Karma Yoga emphasizes to work out karma by good conduct and good karma. Jnana Yoga emphasizes an attempt on intuition to develop, that is, to become a prajnavanta. Laya Yoga emphasizes, or rather asks to endeavor to acquire paranormal abilities and develop interaction with divine being. And Bhakti Yoga asks to practice love and devotion towards that supreme reality or God. And in Mantra Yoga, chanting of mantra is practiced. So if you chant the mantra, it is said these energy centers are activated and they help to maintain our immune system. The history record shows spontaneous awakenings of Kundalini. The chances of successful is more in those individuals who have already practiced in previous lives. And the age is also not barrier to successful practice, but good health is definitely required. Danger of awakening chakra also needed to be remembered, that overuse of navel or Manipur chakra causes disease in the digestive organs. Overuse of heart chakra leads to heart disease. To carry such overuse beyond a certain limit may lead to even death. So it is essential to know that universe responds to our frequencies. So to attain harmony within and without, to treat the spiritual path, we have to maintain our frequency tuned. That is, inner tuning is essential. In short, lower three chakras, there are in all 7 chakras that we are going to study. And among them, lower 3 chakras, 1, 2, 3, they strengthen our lower self or personality. Whereas upper 3 chakra, 5, 6, 7, concerned with our higher self. And the middle one is very important, that is the 4th heart chakra. And therefore, aspirants are advised to concentrate on heart chakra, which is not much harmful for the body. So if you know this, this vibrating faculty or frequency of love, joy, and abundance, you are going to attract things that support that frequency. So we must tune into the energy that we want to manifest into our life. This is what we must remember. And what Ledbetter has said, it is something to contemplate to for all of us. I will, you can see here on the screen. One may think of the atomic subplanes as being side by side along the rod. The other subdivisions of each plane hanging from the rod in loops, as though a piece of string were wound loosely round the rod. Obviously, then to pass from one atomic subdivision to another one could move by the shortcut straight along the rod, or down and up again through the hanging loop of string, which symbolizes the lower subplanes. But there is yet a third possibility, a possibility not so much yet of movement along another line at right angles to both these others, but rather a possibility of looking up, such as a line looking up as a man at the bottom of a well might look up at a star in the sky above. So this looking up indicates without any efforts, just look, without any analysis, without any judgment, without any expectation, just look. That is what awareness is also helpful. This is what C.W. Ledbetter, this is a quotation from Inner Life. So with this brief introduction, I think it is better to know first vibrations of 5 pranas and 5 sub-pranas and their expression in color vibrations, functions of pranas, their location and association with the chakras. All this is important before we go to know about the chakras. So when we look at the pranas, as we are all aware, there are 5 pranas and or vayus, and
ఎట్లా
also
పోవాలరా
5
సేఫ్ టైం కూడా
sub-pranas,
వస్తుంది
which have different vibrations, so the different colors. Here we can see prana or pranavayu. It is situated in the chest area, associated with heart chakra. This is yellow in color. Those vibrations, they tune with the yellow color. And this is the incoming breath of life. It brings universal life force and helps in respiration. Then apana. Apana, vayu or apana prana is in the lower abdomen. It is associated with the Muladhara root chakra, and it is actually downgoing breath of death because it gives away the vital force of the body. So it's concerned with the excretion, and it is color is orange red. Then udana is, it is shown upgoing breath, takes jiva in sleep, separates the physical body from the astral, and this is violet blue in color. It is in the more in the head region and separate in the limbs also, and it is associated mainly with the throat chakra or Vishuddha chakra. Then coming to the samana. Samana is a equalizer, maintains equilibrium of the vital forces in the body. Color is green and mainly concerned with the digestion. So samana, it is in the upper abdomen and it is associated with navel or Manipur chakra. Then comes one more, Vana. Vana is spreads throughout the entire body. It is a pervasive force that distributes vital energy to each and every corner of the body, and it receives rose-colored color and helps in circulation. It is more concerned with the or associated with the spleen chakra. So when we know these prana, five pranas, besides these five pranas, there are also five sub-pranas. Along with prana, there is sub-prana naga, and that helps in erection and hiccup. Along with apana, there is sub-prana kurma, performs the function of opening of the eyes. Along with the samana, there is kriyakara subprana that induces hunger and thirst. And along with udana, there is a subprana devadatta that does help in yawning. And along with vana, there is dhananjay subprana, which causes decomposition of the body. So once we know these pranas, forces, they are definitely helpful for us to have a sound body and sound mind. So these are at least three different forces that emanate from the sun and reach our planet Earth. And they are, one is fourth or electricity, second is prana or vitality, third is kundalini or serpent fire. And this fourth or electricity is convertible into heat, light, sound, motion, etc. Prana or vitality, it is a life breath or life energy, the energy of one, the energy of one consciousness, one life, like this. So this prana vitality is the life breath. Then when it comes to the kundalini, it is an additional ultra powerful spiritual force. It is situated at the base of the spine. To transmit these energies by nadis or tubular vessels, Sushamna is essential. Run down the spinal cord with two other spiraling around it in a figure of 8 confusion. So Ida and Pingala are there, positive, negative and positive. So what we have to remember is All these energies are there within us. It is a hidden light, and it is shining in every one of us. So, what is required? Let that light of the body be shine as good conduct. Let that light of the mind be our real understanding and not misunderstanding. Let that light of the heart be our compassion, and let our karma be readjusted and bring harmony, peace, what we call that passeth understanding in our life. So let understanding be the law in our life to be get balanced and integrated and have harmonious relationship with all. Then I think automatically these hidden potentials are unfolded and energy centers are activated spontaneously. That is what the theosophical teachings emphasizes. It is essential also to know about the force called prana vitality, how that force radiates from the sun and enters into some of the atoms in the atmosphere and make them glow. It is such glowing atoms are called vitality globules, and these vitality globules can be seen with naked eye on sunny days. You can see them with naked eye on sunny days. One can see with naked eye. So it is interesting to know how these globules are formed, because globule is the hyper meta proto element on the subatomic level. The atom which is charged with prana radiated by sun soon becomes six-folded, and that six-folded power of attraction, and therefore that attracts six other atoms and forms the vitality globule. So here in this diagram it is shown how this vitality globule is formed and how this central original atom attracts the other six atoms, that is on the subatomic level, and is unique in that it is created and held together by force emanating from the second logos. Second logos here we call in Hindu tradition as the Vishnu, who is the sustainer. Then this vitality globule, it is shown will force of logos, vitality force of logos, that is second aspect. Both forces welling up from another dimension. And whole thing I am intended to focus this because human aura is formed by these vitality forces. And this human aura is actually a protecting aura, health aura. That is what our immune system shows. And it protects from the infection, and also it gives energy for producing more and more antibodies against the protein particles that are entering into our body through various sources. So particle thrown in straight line, that shows good health, and particles not shown in straight line shows weak health. That is how Caroline photography analyzes. And even C.W. Ledbetter once told the magnetization of the objects can be possible with such auras. That is, a man may employ his magnetism or whiter fluid not only for measuring or healing other persons, but he may also use it to impregnate physical objects in a somewhat similar manner. Any object, in fact, which has been in close contact with an individual will absorb that individual's magnetism and consequently will tend to reproduce in the person who wears it something of the same state of feeling or thought with which it is charged. This, of course, is part of the rationale of the talismans, charms, and relics, as well as of the feelings of literally exude from the walls of cathedrals and churches. Each stone of which is a veritable talisman, charged with the reverence and devotion of the builder, and consecrated by the bishop and reinforced by the devotional thought forms of successive generations for thousands of years. This is what the objects are magnetized and kept in a person just for healing purpose. Those who are healers or pranic healers, etc., they know about this prana and pranic vital globules, etc. Now we will go to the chakras actually, which are the energy centers. Uh, I bow in homage and adoration to Jnaneshwara, who is the real yogi. And this picture I have focused here, how this kundalini is uncoiled, and it goes up with these chakras up to the crown chakra. And here Sanskrit names are given. Root or base chakra is called Muladhara. It is at the base of the spine. Spleen or splenic chakra, Swadhisthana, it is called. It is over the spleen. Navel or umbilical chakra, which is called Manipura. It is at the level over the solar plexus. Then heart or cardiac chakra, it is in Sanskrit is called Anahat chakra, over the heart. Throat or laryngeal chakra, it is called Vishuddha, at the front of the throat. And brow or frontal chakra, Ajna chakra, in the space between the eyebrows. Crown or coronal chakra is called Sahasrara chakra, on the top of the head. So these four centers are situated like this, and they are activated okay. So here it is shown a human figure and the chakra sides, which shows the petals and all that. See, we have to remember the word chakra is Sanskrit word. That means wheel or vortex that spins. It is also called Padma or lotus. So it is concerned with the petals of lotus. So these are pranic forces centers in etheric double as well as in the astral body. So pranic forces flow from one vehicle to another. Chakras are associated with nerve plexus and also endocrine gland. So they are responsible for neurochemical balance in our body. The shape of chakra is usually saucer-like depression. They are having their own speed of rotation, deepening upon, or other. All this is depending upon individual development, moral and spiritual development, and also with the physical health. In evolved man, they are glowing as giving more amount of pranic energy. They absorb prana and distribute to body, keeping it alive, and in true sense, we are surviving. If astral forces are activated, then there is possibility of developing memory of astral plane and bring it to the physical brain. One can lead even active life in his astral body. We have read how the At the Feet of the Master book came into existence. C.W. Ledbetter had this power to take in the astral form to the master's ashrama, where it is said Alkyone got the instructions from the masters and that has been written on the afterwards published at the feet of the master book that we know. So there is possibility of this astral traveling. Okay. You see here the colors of the streams and their destinations are as set out in the following table. Violet blue stream goes to the throat center, green stream goes to the navel center and abdomen generally, yellow stream goes to the heart center, orange, dark red and some dark purple, they go to the base of spine center, and rose and red, they go to the whole nervous system. This is what it is shown. Let us see another side of the chakras and nerve plexus. These are connected with our nervous system. These are not, in the beginning I said, these are not imaginary. So whatever theosophical knowledge has put before us, it is something to contemplate, and we have to go deep into it, how these chakras are connected to the nervous system and how they work. So each of the 7 chakra is associated with one of the 7 sympathetic plexus in the physical body. We must also know there are sympathetic nervous system and also parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system accelerates the action of any organ, whereas parasympathetic nervous system, it decreases that action. So it is like a, opposite party. So one is the ruling party, another is the opposite party. They must work together, and both the parties are essential. So like this, there are sympathetic plexus as well as another plexus like that. So the radiating spokes of the chakras, they supply force to these sympathetic plexuses to assist them in their work. The root chakra connected to the 4th sacral plexus and supply force to coccygeal plexus or pelvic plexus. The spleen chakra connected to 1st lumbar and supply force to splenic plexus. Naval chakra connected to 8th thoracic to spinal and supply life force to solar plexus or coeliac plexus. Then heart chakra connected to spinal near to 7th cervical and 1st thoracic supply life force to cardiac plexus. Then the throat chakra connected to 3rd cervical and supply life force to pharyngeal plexus, that is plexus connected cervical ganglion, and the brow chakra connected near 1st cervical and provide life force to internal carotid plexus. And finally, the 7th crown chakra is not connected with any of the sympathetic plexus of the physical body, but is associated with the pineal gland and the pituitary body. It is really related also to the development of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Chakras and endocrine glands. See, the root chakra influences the adrenal gland, navel chakra influences the pancreas, which is islets of Langerhans are the parts of the adrenal functioning in the pancreas. They are activated. Spleen chakra influences gonads and help to secrete the sex hormones. Heart chakra influences the thymus gland and even to heart, lungs, and circulatory system. Throat chakra, it is ether element. Thyroid and parathyroid gland are its corresponding endocrine glands that control metabolism. And brow chakra concerned with the pituitary body, controlling intuition, insight, psychic abilities. And the crown chakra correspond to pineal gland, that is the gateway to spirituality. So here in this diagram, we see these chakras. We can focus on this base center. If you see this entire human body and its chakra, the lower one is the base of the spine center. It has 4 petals, and it is more connected with the sex and circulatory blood, especially. It receives red and dark purple, orange vital forces from the spleen above, and it goes to, if it is activated, it directly goes to the brain. But when it is not activated, that is kundalini is not activated, it is helping in sex and blood, keeping our species continuation. Then the spleen chakra in the center, you can see this gives, it is connected to all other, because this is the chakra, spleen chakra, that receives all vitality globules and distribute throughout the body. The blue and violet goes directly to the throat chakra, and yellow goes directly to the heart, and green goes directly to the navel. Navel center is 10 spokes or 10 petals, and it is concerned with the feeling. Then the heart chakra has got 12 spokes and gives us understanding. The throat chakra has 16 petals. It gives clairvoyance, or sorry, clairaudience. And then the in between the eyebrows, that eyebrow center, it gives clairvoyance, and it has got 96 petals. And the upper one, top of the head, it is cerebellum, and continuity of consciousness, it is connected. Cerebrum is the large brain concerned with perception, whereas cerebellum is more concerned with the balance of our body, etc. So with this, we can go a little bit deeper about the absorption of these vitality globules and how they are distributed. Here, this spleen chakra plays an important role. You take this. Yeah. See here, vitality globules are drawn into center of force. Then vitality globules, after being drawn into center, are decomposed, and the component particles are whirled around by the secondary forces, and they are sent to the different one. Here you can see how these vitality globules are drawn into center. Vitality globules are broken up into particles. Vitality particles are whirled around by secondary forces. Vitality particles are seized by appropriate spoke and dispatched to destination shown. Especially, we have to remember the rose pink atoms are the original atoms which first drew round them, and then the 6 others to form the vital globule that we saw. Here we can see blue and violet that goes directly to the throat, red and somewhat dark purple and orange that goes to the base spine, yellow goes to the heart, and rose and pink that comes to the spleen, but green goes to the abdominal region. So this is how this spleen chakra functions very effectively. So it is important to see this spleen chakra should be, and every in scanning, they look the function of the spleen first, because it is a very important organ actually, medically also. Now let us summarize what Ledbetter's description of the chakras themselves. C.W. Ledbetter, in his view, when the divine energy of the cosmos enters each chakra, it sets up secondary force emanations at right angles. These secondary forces undulate in a circular motion. At the same time, the primary force generates straight lines which resemble stationary spokes on these wheels of undulating energy. These spokes help to bind together the astral and etheric bodies. Each force center has a different number of spokes, which determine the number of waves or petals within. Because of this pattern, the ancient scriptures describe each chakra as a lotus blossom. Now I will deal with the functions of etheric and astral chakra. So these both function simultaneously. The 7 chakras of etheric double are denoted by the name physical organs to which they are correspond. The astral chakra are in the interior of the etheric double. The astral chakras are also given the same names, and their functions are like root chakra consists of 4 spokes. Function is to establish good ground connection, being safe, security, survival, sex, and the emotional functions. This is the seat of Kundalini at the astral level also. Then navel chakra has 10 spokes, receives vitality from spleen center, vitalizes liver, kidney, intestine, and abdomen. Function of astral centra of this navel chakra is feeling, general sensitiveness, and function of etheric centra is to feel astral influences. Spleen chakra has, as I said, 6 spokes, radiant like sun, and sends vitality to the other chakras with many colors: violet blue to throat chakra, yellow to heart chakra, green to solar plexus, rose to nervous system, orange red to the base of spine. Thus, etheric splenic center is concerned with vitalizing physical body and to retain memory of astral journey. Function of astral center is also a vitalizing astral body and gives power to travel consciously in the astral journey. The heart chakra has 12 spokes, glowing golden yellow color, receives yellow from spleen center and spends yellow vitality out to blood, brain, and head, besides vitality to the heart. Function of etheric center is to have conscious feeling of others and at astral body comprehensions of astral vibrations. Throat chakra has 16 spokes. It is silver and gleaming with much blue. It receives violet blue from spleen center and spends dark blue to lower and central brain and violet to upper brain. It enables etheric and astral hearing. Brow chakra has 96 spokes and has half rows with yellow and half with purple blue. Function is clairvoyance. I am giving this color because that kind of vibrations are there. That kind of vibrations, everything is vibrating. So if we tune our vibration with those vibrations, they get activities. So functionally, it is said to be crown chakra has 12 to 960 spokes. It is white and golden color that has chromatic effect. It receives yellow from heart chakra and violet from the throat center. So functionally, it is said to be chakra of consciousness and has faculty of continuity of consciousness and function at astral level, perfects and complete faculties. So this is all about the chakras that we have. Besides this, one more book I came into contact, and that book is titled as The Chakras, Your Spiritual Backbone. And it is written by Miss Clarion, who is the renowned healer. So here she spoke about the eighth chakra. Besides this seven, the eighth one is archetypal at the above the head, as is shown in the figure. When we go from the down to up, the first is concerned with family and survival. Second is concerned with money, sex, and power. Third, concerned with self-esteem. Fourth, with emotion, love, forgiveness. Fifth, will, choice, and self-expression. Sixth, intellect, wisdom. And seventh, relationship to the divine. And this fourth one is the archetypal dimension. And she explained it in three-column model. And she gave this three-column model. That is, first three, 1, 2, 3, are tribal external necessity. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, these are individual internal choice. And the eighth one is archetypal dimension, symbolic archetypal compassion. As I said, she arranged this in three-column model. We will explain this in with chart. This chart I explain, and that is helpful for us, how she explained, and I appreciate her efforts of the eminent healer. So that may help us to know more. See, the chakra 1 to 3, the first line shows 1 to 3 concerned with basic survival. Then second, 4 to 7, the same basic survival. They changed in 4 to 7, it is higher perception. And in earth, 8th, it becomes symbolic sight. In the same way, second line we can see irrational group mind. Then in second column, rational self. And in the third, divine logic. The 1 to 3 are concerned with external, 4 to 7 are concerned with internal, and 8th is concerned with archetypal. Then the first 3 are literal view, 4 to 7 are emotional view, and 8th is archetypal view. First 3, they lead. Second column, that is alchemical lab, and the 8th is gold. The first is ego, second is self, and third is soul. First is job, second is career, and fourth is vocation. First is matter, second is energy, and fourth is divine light. First is necessity, second is choice, and third is compassion. First is social chaos, second is personal confusion, and third is divine order. Sight is first in 1 to 3 chakra, but 4 to 7 are concerned with sensation, and 8th chakra deals with perception. The first 3, the control of others, 4 to 7, the self-control, and the 8th helps for surrender. First 3 concerned with time and weight, whereas next timeless weight, and third one is simulated. Simultaneity. Then 5 sensory sight, multisensory sight, and holographic sight. Coming towards me, coming from me, and coming through me. So it is very nicely explained how personality becomes impersonal. Past, future, now, local, non-local, and fully present. I think this view, entire view of 3-column chart gives how these 8 chakras, they help and give knowledge to us. Now, let us go for the practicality. I have brought some, even we can show this, mudras. Yes, you can see these mudras to activate the root chakra. Allow the tips of your index finger and your thumb touch and concentrate on root chakra. This is one mudra to activate root chakra. Then the spleen chakra, you can take second. Here it is, put both of your hands in your lap, palms up on top of each other. Left hand is placed underneath and let tips of the thumb touch and concentrate on spleen chakra. The word is also given Vam, that we'll see afterwards. Then the navel chakra, cross your thumbs and straighten your fingers. Put your hands slightly below your navel and let the fingers join at the tips and concentrate on that navel chakra. And the word is Ram. Then the throat chakra, cross your fingers on the inside of the hands without the thumbs. Let the thumbs touch at the top and concentrate on throat chakra. Then for crown brow chakra, we are asked to chant Om. Place your hand before your lower part of the breast. Make your middle fingers straight and touch at the tops but pointing forward. Then for crown chakra, let your little finger touch each other pointing as shown here. Cross the rest of your fingers with the thumb underneath the right. Concentrate on your crown chakra. Meditation on crown chakra is not recommended if your first chakra is not open. And one more, heart chakra, here it is mudra is not given, but it is said in heart chakra to activate is all about, heart chakra is all about love. To activate, place your right hand in front of the breastbone and left hand on the left knee with the thumbs and index fingers are touching each other. And if you meditate on the heart chakra with this mudra, that may help you. It is said different words are there to chant. This is the Muladhara chakra and Kundalini, where it is lying in a coiled serpent. So here it is said it is 4 petals, and it is asked to pronounce the root word, that lam. Next. This is the Swadhisthana. This is the Swadhisthana chakra. It is written here. And the petals are shown 6 petals. And the word is Vam. This is Manipura. And the word for this is Ram. Okay. Anhat chakra. The word for this is Yam. So mudra and Yam, they must go hand in hand. This is Vishuddha. The word is Ham. And this is Ajna chakra. Usually Ledbetter says it is in theosophical view, it is shown 96 petals. But here it is shown only 2. That means still duality is there in Ajna chakra. And that duality is shown here, but it is synthesis is going on. That is what it implies. And Om is the root word. So with this, uh, there are many other things to speak, but I think this is enough for us to understand the importance and significance of the knowledge of prana, vitality globules, and chakras to maintain our health and to increase our immune system. The whole intention of my this talk is because in this pandemic period, we all are more concerned with our immune system and how it can be immune. See, daily practice is also helpful. I can afterwards we can discuss if you want. I must thank to Shikhar Agniotri and Catalina for giving me this assistance, and also all of you who have joined this. I think about 100 participants are. The limit is 100, I think. So 120. So I must very much thankful for all those. My intention is to just to give this knowledge what theosophy has given to us. We are exploring together those energy centers which are needed now very much because they are affecting our health systems. Thank you very much for listening to me silently. Thank you. Is it time?
Yes. Thank you, Professor Shinde, for such a detailed and clear description of this such a complicated and in-depth subject with all our delegates here present. And of course, just for everybody's information, about 130 people have been watching this. But I know this is a subject which also calls for many questions and queries. So I request all of you, if you have any questions, you can kindly type in the chat box, or if you want to ask, you can raise your hand and then we will invite you to ask the question. And sir, okay, before, one question I have already got here from, okay. Should we try to activate the chakras first, or should we try to raise ourselves morally?
Very good question it is asked. Very nice. What should be our priority? Whether good health or activating the chakras. See, Hatha Yoga, etc., they say force the body and activate the chakras, but that may lead to the danger. It is better to be having good conduct. That is what in the beginning I said. It is a hidden light, and the guidance comes from within. And this hidden light, let that hidden light shine through our physical body first as the disciplined life, good conduct, and let this hidden light shine through our mind as understanding. Most of the time we misunderstand. We don't have this habit to understand it in different point of view. So let our mind be understanding mind, and let our heart be more and more compassion. And that is what I think we must develop morally and spiritually. Moral development involves the sense of feeling of oneness with the other, whereas spiritual development involves to become a real seeker of truth. Real seeker of truth never misunderstands others. He is after seeking the truth, and he is towards the moving towards truth. So there will be no misunderstanding. And to answer this question, I think we must more concerned with our body and all these physically sensitive, emotionally unselfish, and intellectually sharp. So that leads to automatically to activate whatever centers are there, and they will activate when the time comes. So it requires some, not one life's effort, as it is said. They are activated even during birth for some of the souls, because they are already activated in the last life. That is what C.W. Ledbetter says. I think we must develop morally and spiritually and keep the good health rather than activating them.
Thank you, Professor Shinde, for this clarification. Any other delegates who want to ask any question, you can please raise your hands. Okay, we have one question in our chat box that I felt my heartbeat time to time. How do you explain this? And also, I felt deafening silence that gives me profound awareness, from Jerwin Bellicano. I will repeat that. I felt my heartbeat time to time. How do you explain this?
Yeah. Very nice question. As you feel heartbeat, that means you are meditating, you are concentrating, you are looking to your sensations alertly. And when an aspirant goes deeply into himself, he will feel not only the heartbeat, even he can listen to the sounds inside, how the material is moving inside. All that is possible, and it is a good sign, I think, to feel heartbeats. Of course, if they are troubling, then we must go to the cardiologist. But in practice of such meditation, etc., definitely we can feel the heartbeat which is rhythmic. And that rhythmic heartbeat, to feel that means you have that ability to be introvert rather than extrovert. That is what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shinde. We have Brother Taral Munshi ji from Bombay who wants to ask a question. Brother Taral Munshi. Unmute yourself first. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Yes.
My question is a very strange one, maybe. You showed some machines which can measure chakras and all that instrument. Now, that instrument and all the pictures were very old. So, what is the current development status? Do you have any update about these machines?
Current? I don't have any update, but whatever I have collected this from the book only.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there are nowadays, because now technology is improved.
Yes.
And this is, after all, they bring a graph. And from that graph, one has to analyze and know what is the internal condition of the organs. So they can take on graph the internal conditions. That is what Chakras, one machine is there. Usually nobody goes nowadays to this, but still we are more concerned with the consciousness and vibrations. And that is more important, to tune ourselves with those vibrations. And that is more important, I think. But I have no idea of new technology, if anything is developed.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Shinde. Thank you, Brother Taral ji. Okay. Yes. I have one question on WhatsApp that from to Professor Shinde, that are there any physical exercise that somebody can include in their daily routine or life to for these chakras?
Yes, there are physical chakras which I have, especially for me, I prefer, you can show that my.
They can see, sir.
You see me?
Yes.
Do you see me? But they are seeing.
You are see.
Okay. Can you see my hands? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Mine is here.
They can see you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can see you.
We can have, it is said, some medical practitioners, they have shown, we can just have clap like this. This also activates one of the chakra. Then this is 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is the 8th chakra finally. Like this. Daily once you do this, so all body is activated. That is what it is said. And I used to practice it. And also, we can have a, in the home, walk, 8-shaped walk. 8-shaped walk, because 8-shaped walk in the home. You can have silent walk with 8-shaped. This 8-shaped indicates these 2 Ida and Pingala, they are always in 8-shaped, they move up. So if you do a walking meditation in 8-shaped, that will keep your all organs very active and all this. This very simple exercise we can do. Besides, there are these mudras we have here. Okay.
We have in the other.
Okay.
Not in right now.
Okay. I have, I don't know whether you see this. There are many mudras also we can practice. I am showing this here. There are different mudras. I have not brought this one. So
I'm trying.
that is also helpful in many times. But what is helpful is to meditate daily. Meditation is important. Better to keep quiet. I am not saying actually we reach to the meditative state, but to be silent for few. Yes, here there are mudras. I can focus now. You can see those all are very one by one. Is it possible to show?
Yes, time.
Time is there?
A little bit. Yes, time is there, sir. Yeah.
Very good. You must remove this so that I can read. This is called Varuna Mudra. It helps in blood purification, skin problems, and water gain, acidity control, temperature control, etc. This also one of the Varuna Mudra. Second is it is coming here. This I can remove like this. Okay. The same Varuna Mudra.
Deng, dapat pala gumanto ka para sa acid, oh.
Okay. All right. So there are many such mudras. I am unable to focus it now. So anything question if it is?
Yes, one question on I have received in the chat box, sir, that I think that related to what you just said.
Okay.
That how to rebalance the chakras when the equilibrium is unbalanced. When there is unbalanced in chakras, how to bring them back to equilibrium?
Oh, it is very difficult question. Once they are imbalanced, they may cause you disease. And to bring them in balance, again, we have to consult the medical doctor, etc. And we have to take some medicine, and especially rest is very important. And to take rest, sound sleep is required, rest is required, and fasting is also required, so that you can have that imbalance get balanced. I don't know much about this, but I can think so.
Thank you, sir. We still have a few minutes remaining. And one question is that, is it wise to use some drugs or psychedelics to somehow activate the chakras?
Drugs.
Some medicines or some.
No, drugs are always dangerous. But there are central nervous system stimulating drugs are there, by means of which we get activated and we become more and more fresh, no doubt. But there are many side effects to those drugs. So one should not go to the drugs to activate the chakras. Otherwise, that may harm our body. Because everything in life is a vibration, as I said. So atoms are in constant state of motion. Depending on the speed of these atoms, things appear as we know, as solid, liquid, and gases. So sound is also a vibration. So you can prepare that sound, which is Om sound, and that will be balancing total those drug effects, etc.
Thank you, Professor Shinde. And one question we have received.
One more.
Yes. Oh,
Even
okay. You have something to share.
Yeah, one method of developing etheric sight is by utilizing the imagination. An endeavor is made to imagine what the inside of the physical object, such as a closed box, would be like. That is to guess with an effort of strained attention, trying to see that which by ordinary sight could not be seen. After many attempts, it is said that the guessing becomes more frequently correct than the theory of probability would demand. And presently, the man begins actually to see etherically that which at first he only imagined. It is said that this practice is followed by the one of the tribe called Zuni of American Red Indians. You can see the service magazine. Of course, it is old one. In April 1925, this article came in British Wood. So one method of developing etheric sight is by utilizing the imagination. That is also helps, which indicates that this etheric body is there. There is this etheric body, there are these vital centers, there are these vital globules which are affecting us continuously.
Thank you, Professor Shinde. Maybe last couple of questions that we can take.
In Hindi, I would like to. Most of you may understand Hindi. One thing we must remember: जैसा खाओ अन्न वैसा होवे मन, जैसा खाओ अन्न वैसा होवे मन, जैसा पियो पानी वैसी निकले वाणी, जैसा करे संग वैसा चढ़े रंग, and जैसी रखे दृष्टि वैसी दिखी सृष्टि. This principle, it is quite applicable to maintain our health and all what we say, sound mind and sound body.
Thank you for sharing that, Professor Shinde. Maybe, okay, this may be the last two questions that we have time for. That can you share with us the signs of, this is regarding Kundalini activation in the body. How does somebody become aware, or what are the signs of Kundalini activation in the body?
Oh, this is again very difficult question, but we can say clairvoyance is the one of the sign. Because of this sign, the Kundalini of C.W. Ledbetter was activated by the association of H.P. Blavatsky, and he could see the aura of J. Krishnamurti when he was 13 years old at the beach of this Adyar. And he recognized there is no any kind of trace of selfishness in that aura. So that clairvoyance, clairaudience is possible if this Kundalini is activated. So that is one of the sign we see. And both of these, clairaudience and clairvoyance, are concerned with our two sense organs which are yet to be developed, like pituitary body and pineal gland. Both these glands, pituitary body is active now because it is controlling the whole nervous and chemical balance in our body. But pineal gland is not yet activated. And when it is activated, it gives many extra sensory perceptions that we can see. And it is varying in different individuals in different way can express. That is only I can see. Otherwise, yogis are there. Jnaneshwar was there. He knows everything. They know past, present, and future also. So all these are possible when Kundalini is activated. But we are not telling anybody to activate Kundalini purposely. It is better to follow this immune system and develop our own immune system. That is enough for us, I think. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And just maybe the last question, depending on the time that we have, few minutes. One question is, how do you recommend to activate a spleen chakra for improving immunity in these times? Do you recommend to activate a spleen chakra for improving immunity?
Yes, because you can concentrate on spleen chakra and you can activate spleen chakra, because this is the chakra which receives the forces from the above and that distribute throughout the body.
Yeah.
So this is important chakra. But unless there is someone to guide you, you don't try yourself. Better you take the guidance from a known person. And in our theosophy, we are not asked to concentrate on any chakra except the heart chakra. It is better to concentrate on heart chakra rather than spleen chakra, because heart chakra is harmless. And if spleen chakra is not properly used after activation, it may lead to disease also. So overuse of spleen chakra may be harmful. Better what theosophy says, better we can concentrate on our heart chakra. Heart is an important thing, and that gives us a right direction, what to be done.
And I think just one last thing which somebody has written, I think we can send by email, that can you give the names of mudras for daily practice? We shared Varun mudra, one. So
I have
if we have the names of the different mudras. So yeah.
So I have here 3 and 3, 7 mudras. Actually, the first is Surya Mudra, that is shown like this. Then Varun Mudra is like this. Then Aditya Mudra is like this. And Prithvi Mudra is like this. Then Vayu Mudra is like this. I think you can see this. And Mero Mudra is like this, actually.
Yeah.
And last, Doshanashaka Mudra is like this. So our fist is important. So all these Doshanashak mudra is helpful for Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Then Meru mudra helps in blood pressure, control of high and low blood pressure. Vayu mudra helps in all pain relieving, gastric problems, and also some other diseases. Prithvi mudra is helpful for physical and mental stability. Aditya mudra helps in control sinus, allergy and all allergies. And Varuna mudra helps in blood purification properly. And the Surya mudra helps in energy gain. So all these mudras, everything is in our hand. That is why I said, if we do daily these 7 mudras like this, just fun sake, that will help us to keep our health in order.
Thank you, Professor Shinde. Time is almost, we are there. And just we want to request that if anybody has any query or anything they want, if you want any of these images, we can send to you. You can write an email to pragyacsstudio@gmail.com. We are sharing it in the chat box, pragyacsstudio@gmail.com, and we'll send you the images or any pictures that you are requesting for. And now coming to the end of our session, I request Catalina to thank, propose vote of thanks and the closing prayers. And after that, the delegates may say good wishes and greetings to Professor Shinde.
Okay, in the name of the team of Pragya CS Studio, we thank Professor Shinde and all the brothers and sisters that have joined us tonight for such relevant and informative talk. And we invite you to join us for a prayer for the welfare of all beings. May all be happy. May all be free from illness. May all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you.